Hi guys and welcome back here to a new video, and today I'm very excited because I'm going to show you how we can work with ChatGPT inside OutSystems. In this demo I'm going to use OutSystems ODC, but you can use reactive. It will work as well. If you are familiar with ODC, you know that we have on Forge the AI agent builder, but I tried the same there, but it didn't work. So I had to use the REST API by OutSystems, and that way it worked. So that's what I'm going to show you. Okay. So first, before we get into OutSystems, I need you to go to Google and search for OpenAI API reference. Okay, so when you render that website, please sign up if you aren't if you don't have an account. Sign up and create an API key. That API key that you're going to create, please copy and paste in a safe notepad, because if you don't save it and you just lose and leave the page, you cannot use that API key again, because the website doesn't allow you to see the full API key. Okay. If you miss it, you need to create a new one, and I don't know, it's not good. Okay. So please keep in mind to save that API key in order to do this demo, this trial. Okay. So in the API reference, we have so many methods that we can use, but in this case, we're going to start by the chat computations. This is useful for chatbots. So imagine that you have a website that users has some let's say questions and doubts how to get things work. So imagine if you work with Binance, like the crypto exchange, it has so many things, trading and buy and sell and everything, that it is a lot of complexity. That's why we need a chatbot with AI integrated in order to help better way the customer to get things done and to understand what to do in the application. Okay, so that's why we use the chat computations. So let me show you. So in this case, we can use the model GPT 4.1. Okay, and here we have two messages. So we have the role developer, okay, and we have the role user. For our case, we're going to use the role system because it's the system, it's our system, and we're going to use the role user, which is the user that is sending the message. Okay, so why we need this? Why need these two? It's a good question, right? So for the system, we need, because the ChatGPT doesn't know anything regarding our website, our application. Okay, if he doesn't know, we need to give him that data, and that data we're going to store in an entity. And the role user is just to hold what the user is sending on the chat. Okay, that's everything that we need to do. So here we can copy the HTTPS. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Let me go back. Ai esqueci de apagar eles. and we go here to OutSystems, and we go to the OutSystems, and we consume a REST API, single method. We copy paste the URL. Here we need to use the post because we have a body. We need to send something. And we need to have also our authorization, which is the security part. And here we need to send our token. So the token is sent by bearer, and after that we send our API key. So let me get my API key. So I'm gonna copy and paste, and I need also to get the body. So let's get it as well. So let's use here to here. Sorry, and on the request we send. So we're going to use the 4.1. We can use also mini. Here we're going to send system, and the user, yeah. So let's send like how to recover my password. So this will be the user question. And here in the system we can say like to recover the password, go to login page and select forget password. Okay, in here I changed to GPT 4.0 mini. I had to do this because the 4.1 it wasn't working, but this will do the same job, so it will work as fine. So let's see. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, we have the contents. So the contents, so as you can see, we also have the role, which is the assistant. Assistant, it means that it is the agent, and the content, which is the message that we retrieve, that we have in our, which is the response from the ChatGPT. Okay, so it worked. So let's finish. Before doing that, so let me copy this to response because I want to have the response ready, and also let me get the request. So when we do this, we're going to have the inputs and the outputs correctly. So that's exactly what I need. And after that, let's finish. Okay, so here we have the request, which we have the model, role and content, and the response, which is the information that are related to the response, the ChatGPT return message, and also here we have the message, which is the content we need. So after we do this, so let's create a server action, and let's drag and drop this. Let me just change the post complete from the OpenAI to default one. I don't know why Odyssey has like this. I don't know why. So here I have my I have my API key, so I'm going to use a side property here. So let me get the side property. Done. And also let me use the request. So the request we can also create as a side property. But for this case, we can create here. So let's say model name. Let's default as the one that we tried on our integration. It's here. It's this one. And in the action, let's use the side property, which is the model name, and the messages. So here we're going to set the one for the system and the other one for the user. So in order to create this, so let's go to the go message. Let's copy the message item. Let's create input parameter. I don't know what happened. So let's use message item. And yeah, we have the message item here. Message item. In here, we need to set the message. So in here, we just need to send the message item. Oh, sorry, this needs to be message item list. Let me get the list. Message item list. I could just copy and paste this. Maybe it's better. No, but in this case I don't need the model because the model is a side property. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, so after this, so we send the message item list, and then we get the response from ChatGPT. So let's assign. So response, it will be equal to the API response choices. So let just gonna use the first one because sometimes ChatGPT returns two answers, but we just want the first one in this case. So here it's fine. Let's just change this. So ChatGPT integration, and in here I know that I should use the chat message, but to get things quicker, I'm gonna use a text area. It's just to display the message. In here, I'm gonna convert this to 30 to have a big one. And we're going to use an input icon. I don't know what is happening. Let me try again. Yeah, it's okay. So let me align to the right and let me change this. Let me use the sandpaper. Yeah. So here we need to create the text area. So here let's use a text area. And here we need to create a new one. Let's call user message. Okay. And let's create let's create a new client action. Let's change to send message. And in here, we need to have this, but to get things easier for us, so let's get the ChatGPT messages. In here we can copy the response. Let's copy this. Yeah, and let's drag and drop our integration. The message list, now we need to set straight. So the role, we need to start by system, okay, which what we have in our system. The role in this case is user. The content, it needs to be the user message, and the content for the system is different. So let me introduce you the entity. So in your case, and in real applications, if we have FAQ screens, we need to hold that data. So in order to explain how things are done in the website, if the customer has questions. So in this case, I created 10 records. Okay. I created 10 records. Okay. And I have for the questions an attribute like, how do I reset my password? Do I have a physical store? Can I track my order? And this is the answers. Okay. So what we need to do is the question, it will be what the user will try to get the answer. So we need to search by this, and these answers are the data that we need to send in the system to the ChatGPT in order to know and to understand the our website, because he doesn't know. So we need to send something. It's like creating a GPT inside the ChatGPT. It's exactly the same thing. So let's go back here. Let's drag and drop this. Please create your entity. Okay, it's not that difficult. So in this case, I'm just gonna use one because I just want to retrieve one record. And in here, so let me get the question. Let's use a like. Of course, we can do this more in a better way in order to get more response and to do a better search. Okay, but this for this demo, it's more than enough. And here we need to send the user message and check by the question. So let's try. If I set here password, let's see if he gets something. Yeah, so we have this. So the user sends this, and we have this, and we send this answer to the ChatGPT. So in here, the content will be the answer. Okay. And everything we need to do to finish this is just to set the response, and it will have the response. So we need to set the output. Okay. Okay. So we send the message. After that, we run the message, the fetch data. In here, we need to change the one on demand because when I render the screen, I do not want to run this only after the user starts to interact with the chat. Okay. And let me check. So, and after that, when I have this, I need to have the values here. So we need to set the text area. So after we fetch this, we set a new action, and we just need to set the text area. So let's set the text area. That will be like, in this case, we can use just the response. Yeah, maybe we don't need this. We can just use the response. So let me just use the response. I think it's better. So let me use response. We could use this just to show the history that we went through with the ChatGPT, but it's just to show that this works. And the correct way to use this is not with the text area. It is a chat message with history. But in this case, I'm just going to use the text area because it will take much more time. And let's just work what we have. Okay. Here, let me just change the max length to 1999. Okay. And let's see what we got. Let's see. So let me publish. Okay, so let's open our browser. Okay, so this is our chat, like our text area. In this case, I forgot to do something. So this is not enable. So this is where we show the message. But let's continue with this because you understood. So let's change. So let's set here the password. Let me text this in the chat and let's see if we get any response. Okay, so that's exactly what we need. So we send password and we get, it seems like you might be looking for assistance with a password issue. If you need to reset your password, please go to the login page of the service you are using and click on forgot password. Follow the instructions provided to create a new password. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so as you can see, this is not the same that we have here for the password. Okay, so here the password. So what he's doing is to get what I have here and answer a different way, but with this data, with this answer. Okay, so he slightly changes the answer based on what we have here and gives important feedback to the customer in order to solve his problem. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 1000 subscribers before the end of this year. Okay, and please smash the like button and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.